Hi, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Carrie, and today I'm going to be doing like one of my favorite kind of videos to watch, which is like the kind of like OG YouTube style. I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbours drilling. They love to drill in the middle of the day for no apparent reason, for hours on end. But yeah, I want to do like one of my favorite video styles, which is the OG kind of recent favorites videos, because I am so nosy. I just love to watch them and know what people are loving. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna start off with one of my like favorite kind of categories, which is beauty. So there's a few things that I've been loving recently. So the first, and it is something that I have now run out of, which is so sad because I can't get it until I go back to the UK, is the MCO Beauty Miracle Flawless Setting Spray, which I believe is a Charlotte Tilbury dupe. Yeah, I am completely out of this. I used the last of it today for my makeup, and I'm so sad about it. You can tell it's like in a bad way because the packaging is all like scratched off and horrible. So yeah, I am completely out of that. But I really loved it. I found that it added like a really nice kind of dewy look to my makeup. It didn't leave it so matte and flat, which I don't love. So yeah, very sad to be out of that. So next, and again, sorry about the packaging, is the Morphe Creamy Bronzing Stick in Sudden Heat, or Spark Sudden Heat. But I absolutely love this. So it's super creamy and a really good way to kind of add like some contour on your cheekbones, and like I do little dots on my forehead as well, which I've really been loving because it's just so creamy and really easy to use, which is what I look for in a product. Then, and I wasn't sure about this when I first started using it, but as I've used it more, it's kind of grown on me, is the Extensionist Telescopic Mascara from L'Oreal. I found the kind of wand really thin and skinny, but it's actually super buildable, I've found. I don't know if that'll focus, will it? No. So yeah, the spokes on the wand are like really skinny, but it works. The only thing I don't really love about it, and the reason why I've kind of like been a little bit unsure, is that it can be super hard to take off. Like, I think it is a tubing mascara, but it's not as easy to take off as the kind of Maybelline Sky High, which is what I was using before, but it's good. So my absolute favourite product I've been using recently, and the reason I kind of wanted to make this video, is this lip liner. Although technically it's a lip contour, which I don't really know what the difference is, I'm not gonna lie. But it is the L'Oreal Blur Filler Blurring Lip Contour in the shade Worth It. And this looks so nice on me. I'm going to put it on in a second, which is why I kind of wanted to do beauty first, because I just love the way it looks. It's kind of like that like your skin or your lips but better vibe, and I just love it. It's so easy to use. It's got quite a thick nub, which, if you can hear that, it is so loud. And they do it for literal hours. So yeah, it has a really thick nub, which means that it's really easy to kind of draw on and kind of literally blur in between where your lipstick is and where your lip liner is. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and apply that now, which I don't really know how to do on camera. I don't have a mirror in this room, so we'll see how this goes. Maybe if I bring this forward. You can't see, but I have like my mirror with a light on it, like just perched on top of my water bottle. So you can see it has a really thick kind of nub there. you can already see so much more definition on my lips, even just from using that. And I won't lie, like, it doesn't look outrageous if I don't add any product. I mean, I will, but it doesn't look outrageous without a lipstick, which I love in a lip liner because I always find that my lipstick fades throughout the day, and so often I forget to reapply that if I have a lip liner on, sometimes it just ends up looking crazy. So I really love this kind of thing. And sometimes I'll even like shade in the whole lip just with this because I just love it so much. It's also a twist one, which just makes me so much happier. Favorite product. But I am going to add some lipstick on, and I am going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush kind of liquid lip in Pillow Talk, which I absolutely love this. It's so like smooth on the lips, and I wore this on my wedding day, so it's good. So the only thing I don't really love about this product is how messy it gets, like around the applicator, not the applicator, like the kind of top of the wand and the lid. It gets so messy, and I feel like you lose a lot of product because of it. So I'll like show you a close up. Like, can you see what I mean? There's just so much product there. And I don't know if this is going to show. Yeah, like if you look inside the lid, there's so much there that you're just missing. So I would love to see it a bit better designed. I love it because that is almost a perfect shade match for the two colours as well. So it literally feels like you could be using a Pillow Talk coloured lip liner, which I love. And the final beauty product is one I've been using a lot recently, like just with that lip liner on its own. And I'm not going to put it on today because the Charlotte Tilbury one I just want to let dry a little bit, and it's so like, it doesn't go very matte, so I don't want to put a gloss on top of it. But it is the Maybelline New York Lifter Gloss in Moon, which I find is just so pretty. It's so like sparkly, but it's such a gentle sparkle. And I love that it smells like cocoa butter. Like, it just smells so good. So yeah, that's my beauty kind of favourites. So next we have like my books and stationery kind of favourites. We start off with the best book I have read this year, which I cried so much to, and you can go and watch that in my last reading vlog because it is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. This book is incredible, and it is quickly going up in my rankings of her books, and I just can't stop thinking about it. And I can't talk about it for too long because it will make me cry. But if you haven't read this Throne of Glass series yet, you really should, because you are missing out. And if you want to read it, you need to do it really quick because a new book comes out in October that is within that kind of, I don't know, like, I don't know if they'll be connected, but on the off chance that they are, you need to go and read it. And the next is, since reading Throne of Glass, I've not read any physical books because I have been obsessed with my Kindle. So I have the Kindle Paperwhite 10th generation, and I won't lie, it is getting a little bit slow, and it's a little bit glitchy, but I still love it. So I put a new case on it, and I literally turned over the case, like the bit that shows the like fake Kindle screen, the bit of card, I literally just turned it over. It had a white background, and then I've just put a load of stickers in between that and the plastic case, and I love them. So we have some really cute stickers there. So yeah, I have been loving reading on my Kindle. I do feel like I read quicker, but I do also love the pages of a physical book, and this just doesn't hit the same. But I love that I can read it at night time when my husband goes to sleep, and I can just kind of sit there with this like little glow and still read. So yeah, that's one of them that I have been loving. The next, so I have really struggled to get into a consistent routine sometimes, but one thing that has actually been really helping me is this. So the productivity method have these diaries that you can use, and I love it. Like, I got this, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago in the first drop, or like one of the first drops, and I used it like once and then never again because I was a teacher, so I had my own planner that worked. But this has been so useful recently to kind of get me into a routine, to kind of mark out my day, because I don't have a routine that I have to abide to here like I did as a teacher. So I find this super handy to kind of make me adopt a routine. I'll try and insert some like footage of my like, I don't know, some things that I've used it for recently, because it's just super handy and I've really been enjoying using it. So yeah, I'm really, really loving that. The next stationery item is this weekly desk planner. I can't remember where it was from. It was from a book box. I just can't remember if it was Illumicrate or Fairy Loot. But this kind of weekly desk planner, so I'll just have this on my desk and kind of write out some general things that I want to do that day, and then I'll go into more detail in my planner. But I've really liked having that because I can just have like a quick look while I'm at my desk and a quick tick as to whether I've done something or not. So yeah, loving that. And then the next thing I want to talk about is music. So last week, when I was meant to be doing a lot of different things, I ignored them all and instead looked at Spotify, and I went on my liked songs, which I really recommend doing this because if, like me, you've had Spotify since about 2014, back in the day with Spotify, if you wanted to like download something, it would also at the same time save it to your liked songs. So like I would download a whole album so I could listen to it when I went out, not realizing at the time how like polluted my liked songs playlist would become. So I looked at it the other day and I had almost 4,000 songs on my liked playlist, and I think I just like, I didn't know what to listen to at the gym, so I put my liked playlist on shuffle, and the weirdest songs were coming up and I was like, I've never heard this. But it was because like I'd listened to half of an album, or I'd like one song on an album, so I, you know, it would like the whole thing. So it was really annoying. So I literally spent about 6 hours on Spotify on my computer going through the playlist and manually removing songs from my liked songs, which took forever. But now I am down, which this is going to sound like a big number still, I am down to 987 songs, and it's helped me rediscover some things that I love. Like Rihanna, I love her music and I always have since I was like really young, but I rediscovered some of her songs that are just so good. So like Kiss It Better, Man Down, what else? Love on the Brain, like some real bangers. Russian Roulette, like that I've just been listening to. Now I've just got my liked songs on shuffle and I'm like, I forgot how much I loved this. So yeah, would recommend doing that if you want a way to procrastinate for a couple hours. I've also really been loving Olivia Rodrigo and her new album. So one of the videos I published recently is me reacting to You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So In Love, And again, would really recommend that album because it's got such a good like sound. It sounds like The Cure. You've got The Cure on it, the song. You've got The Cure, the band on it. Well, Robert Smith. So yeah, fantastic album. So that's been in the liked songs as well. And then kind of moving on to TV or like other media, it's way over now, but I really loved the World Cup recently. I got super into that. Like I would literally wake up at like 4 a.m. to watch some of the games. It was bad. But I had a really great time doing that. Got me back into a football rabbit hole. So I'm going to try and keep up with the Premier League this year because I loved football as a kid. Like we would go to so many games and I practically grew up in a pub. So I was always watching games. But like, I think when I was a teenager, it was that kind of like girls can't be into football thing. Like I had a few friends that were, and we'd go to games together, but when we stopped, I think I just fell out of love with it. So I'm really glad to get back into it. And part of that is also I've been watching Ted Lasso, which is, right, when I first started it, I hated it because I was like, this is so unrealistic. This would never happen. This is pissing me off. But it very quickly won me over. And I think that is the whole kind of point of Ted Lasso, especially like an American production of this like fantasy quaint English football reality, which is really funny. Like it's just so wholesome and sweet and I'm loving it. And then I came home and got my partner to watch it, which means that I'm currently way behind because we can only watch it very slowly, but really enjoying it. And then another thing I've also loved recently is Kai Cenat's Streamer University. I don't really know much about Kai, but I really enjoyed Ludwig's classes, and they seemed so like insightful and interesting. He has such a good way of explaining kind of the industry and things that are or aren't helpful, and I just found it absolutely fascinating. So yeah, I really loved those. But yeah, so those were really interesting to me and kind of taught me a lot. So yeah. And then finally we are on to food, which again kind of ties into the World Cup. There are some foods that are really hard to get here, and one of those is vinegar, and especially salt and vinegar crisps, which is like my favourite flavour of crisps back home. And thanks to the World Cup, I have been able to find salt and vinegar crisps only in a mega sharing pack, which is so dangerous for me. And I've kind of had to forget that these are in the cupboard because it's just so dangerous. But yeah, we have salt and vinegar crisps in Armenia. And I'm pretty sure they're all gone now, and this is the last pack. And I'm going to have to ration them. But I love them so much, even though they say Lay's because it's wrong. And, you know, we've got David Beckham on the package, but they're so good. So good. And then going on the crisp kind of tangent, I've also been loving paprika crisps, which you can tell as this bag is now empty because I literally had the last of these with my lunch, which ties in my next thing is a crisp sandwich because, you know, who doesn't love that? But a crisp butty is so good. And I've been having these in a sandwich with matna kash, which if you don't know is an Armenian bread. I'll try and put a picture here, but it's so yummy, it's so tasty. So I've been putting the paprika crisps in the matna kash with like a really kind of, it's like a cream cheese, but it's almost more like a dairy cheese, and it's super cheesy. Oh, It's so good. So I've been having that for my lunch, and I've been loving that. And then finally, I've really been in my baking era, so I've been making a lot of banana bread, but I've also been making cookies. So recently I found a Millie's cookies recipe that I used to use when I was like a teenager, and I've started making raspberry and white chocolate cookies, and oh, they are so good. I could make like 10 batches and not get sick of it. And then I've also been making like carrot cake flapjacks, which were quite yummy. I think I just need to tweak the recipe a little bit. But yeah, so that is my food loves. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that that kind of gave you a little nosy into my life and the things that I've been loving recently. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you've been loving, either like within those same categories or different ones, because I just find it so interesting. And sometimes when I watch these videos, I get such good ideas of like things to watch or things to listen to or things to eat or things to buy. So let me know down below what you think, and like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye. No, I won't do that. I won't add in the wave. That was too cringe. There was too much of a pause. Right, bye.